Hello viewers, my name is Canvas and welcome back to the MotoGP 25 career mode. So I think there are like two Moto2 races left and like one extra. So let's see, I'm fourth in the championship if I'm not mistaken, so the top 5 is very much on the cards at this point. I already have my MotoGP contract if I understood correctly, so there isn't really a risk here. Major moves into turn 1. Okay, 20 places made up, not bad. Okay, there was an invisible speed bump or something. How did that even happen? Like, okay, that's not what I meant, but okay, this time it was completely safe for whatever reason. The ambitious exit. That's it. That is not the racing line. Okay, the curves are something else around here. This is gonna be an interesting last turn. But not for the reasons that I was expecting. Here I can actually somewhat remember my reference points with Moto3, but that's useless. That's actually like against me because here you need to brake earlier. Or I mean with this bigger bike. It would almost be better if I couldn't remember that and I just made it up like on the rest of them. I appreciate how he was trying to give the bike to me, but I can only ride one at a time. Back in the top 10. I would be quite satisfied with that, honestly. But there is still 2.5 laps to survive in this position. Okay, braking when the curb starts was still not early enough, but at least I stayed on the bike. I'm not sure how. Interesting. So good gap behind, big gap ahead. This should be a fairly tame last lap. Okay, maybe not. And it was me apologizing for whatever reason. Yeah, good battle so far. Surprisingly clean for the AI. Yeah, that was the usual stuff. Did he fall? Okay, I'm not surprised. Oh, okay, maybe not. Yeah, that curb is deadly. I did not expect anything else. Okay, that was an accident. I wanted to rewind more, but okay, it was fine. Once again, invisible speed bumps at the curves. So, okay, keeping him behind on the last turn, that's gonna be difficult. I'm gonna offer him the inside and then he's going to go wide and I can make the switch back, hopefully. Yeah, something like that, but maybe not too eager on exit. Yeah, just a small touch. Okay, top 10 was not kept. But still,
as
that's
the Moto2
4
rider.
points, I believe. Okay, still fourth in the championship. Oh, there are 2 more races to go, actually. I thought this was the second to last already. Okay, this one wasn't so bad before, but this is a very different layout by the looks of it. I didn't mean to do that, but it came in clutch. Oh, this is where we went with the dirt bikes yesterday. Yeah, this one is alright. The rest of the field is nowhere to be seen, and also this is so much more stable than the normal bike. I can brake and turn at the same time even at like really low speeds, and it's fine. The last lap, I'm not even contested for whatever reason. Absolute domination. Okay, Qatar, this is not so bad. I love abusing track limits here, but
Good morning from the
I don't know, you can lose it on the curve so much that it's probably not the best idea. Or wait, is it not Qatar? Oh, once again I got confused because of Qatar Airways in the name. Oh well. Okay, that happened very quickly. Yeah, that's not a problem. Me falling was the real problem here, but I could avoid that. You know, the safest race so far. Okay, starting the second lap in the top 10. That's a promising start. Yeah, okay. With the Moto3, you could like get over the hill and then start braking while you're at the bottom, but here you have to do it way earlier. So 3 places made up. That's good. But with that pace, I could get the lead at the end of the fourth lap. But yeah, the tendency is good, but I'm not sure if I will be able to keep this up. I don't know how I kept it on 2 wheels, but it was surprisingly stable. Would I go all the way back to 7th place in the standings? That's crazy. I started to brake where the curb is on the left, and it was about right, but they didn't really care about my personal space. Okay, I'm getting rid of the competition one by one. And also myself. Okay, last lap still in P10. I think this is where I was at the end of the first lap. I have a decent gap behind because obviously I eliminated 2 people from the competition around me, so that's good. I think I will be able to keep this. Especially because I have rewinds. If I didn't, then I would already be last. And I'm not sure where my pace went, honestly. I know that the air difficulty is adaptive, so maybe that, but I was winning in the first few races of the season, but now there is not even a chance for that. Okay, somebody's trying to get my top 10 away from me. I cannot let that happen. Okay, a hard-fought P10 is always good.
Let's take a look at the...
Oh, hi, Adam. Yeah, last lap. And the 10th place was very much in danger, but thankfully I could keep it. Okay, there's a season finale though. I didn't check where I'm in the standings, so I skipped it so quickly.
Good morning from Valencia. Well, we're moving.
I mean,
to
I have the
live
contract for
feed on the
MotoGP, so I shouldn't really
riders in
be scared of that. Okay, the AI is so good off the line. I guess they have like immediate reaction times, obviously. But they're also so careful into turn one. Ooh, that's bad. In the middle. Okay, that's 11 places made up. With this AI, that's like one of the worst starts actually, but oh well. In Moto3 I didn't come here, so I don't know how this is. I mean, I know the layout, but I'm not sure if that suits me or the AI more. Okay, that was very nearly the gravel. Okay, leaning on each other just a bit, that's healthy. But it's gonna be way too late. Can I complete the first lap on this check without falling though? That would be an improvement. Actually, yes. Okay, so I'm just outside the points. After lap 1, not so bad. Okay, they do not like the first sector, that's for sure. Yeah, this place has no chicanes and like no quick direction changes, which is good. That's very difficult to nail. Bye. Okay, this was somewhat of a decent section. On my level at least. Yeah, but that is way too late once again. This very long left-hander is kinda cool though. It's certainly unique. Okay, nobody's behind, that's good. Actually, you just missed it. Like, I was in Malaysia like 3 races before this one, I guess. But the next one will be the MotoGP season. I'm not sure where Malaysia is in that, to be honest. But it's gonna be on there. Okay, can I make this in time? Surprisingly, yes. I'm so off the line though for this one. Okay, so I would keep my 7th place with this. I'm not getting too many points, to be exact, but it's gonna be enough. Once again, I'm gonna be 7th. In Moto3 I was 7th, I believe, as well. If I can keep my place, that is. So in the second lap it seemed like I could make up some places, but I don't know if I got slower or they are faster because they're not bunched up so much, but I'm also going backwards, or at least I have to defend. Yeah, the whole chain is behind me. That was close to a disaster. And there are still 2.5 laps of this. Okay, that yellow flag was not my doing. Okay, if I do not get him back in the first turn, then never. So let's see. I'm not even trying it on the inside, I'm going for the switchback. Although here they're not that incredibly wide. Unlike me. Oh, that was too late. Okay, got a warning for that, but that's worth it. Okay, the stewards do not care about me cutting the course, but overtaking someone with a minor problem, they do care about that, and that was my first crash, I believe, in this race. We had to wait all the way until lap 5 for that, so that's good. But now I'm like chaining them together. Okay, this is not looking good for me. It's interesting that my character apologized for this and not for anything else, but okay. Ooh, I'm 19th. I'm not sure if points are possible anymore, to be honest. Or if you're asking about the rewind, yeah, it took me a while. I think it was about 5 races when I realized that there's a rewind feature in this game. And actually it's unlimited, so it's actually very powerful. I mean, you can only go back like a few turns, but you can do it as many times as you want, so it helps a lot. Otherwise, I think I would be lost all the time because like 2 or 3 crashes are enough for that. And in this case, I already had 2, I believe. Actually, they are bunching up quite a bit. Maybe 15th place is not off the table. Yeah, okay. That's gonna be an incredible move. Did they keep it on the bike? Yeah, so far they did. Yeah, I was almost murdered. Actually, this is gonna be P14. That's more than I expected. Okay, nice.
As the Moto2 riders do their...
So, that's P7 in the end. Not great, not terrible. Bro, I already chose a MotoGP team, I believe. I mean, seems quite obvious. Although it says that the Aprilia has better handling, which could be important for me. Yeah, you know what, I'm gonna go for that. Okay, short. And we could start with Malaysia. If I remove it from there and I can switch it with this one. Yeah, there we go. Now let's add that. What was that? Thailand, okay. So what's something that I like? Oh yeah, Hungary, for sure. Anything that I want to get rid of? Oh, I hate Bruno. Okay, Qatar seems to be a good change for that. And maybe instead of Portimao, Silverstone. Maybe Le Mans there. Actually, I want to try new stuff. I cannot remember this one, but sure, I want to see, what was it, Sachsenring? Yeah. Okay, seems good. Okay, let's go for this. Should I change the color of this? Okay, that's not what I wanted. Like these. No, it can be only black and white. Okay, that's interesting. Okay, markers for the Aprilia, interesting. Okay, they're all over the place. Oh wait, I skipped it. Who's my teammate anyway? Yeah, I guess. Can I not skip the test? Race settings. I don't know what's gonna happen here. The earlier ones didn't have a test. This is 90 minutes long. Obviously, I'm not going to do that. Can I just finish the test immediately? Okay. Okay, good. I could technically skip it. Okay, race only. So 25% is the minimum, which is 5 laps in Malaysia. Okay. I think that's similar to what we had in Moto2. I think that was also 5 laps, so maybe 4. Yeah, it had to be shorter.
We're back again. The cameras
But not
are
by a
taking us
lot.
to the starting grid. I go by.
Okay, finally familiar names, although the team and rider combination is all over the place because I let the driver transfers to happen. Ooh, that's busy. Okay, a lot of problems are happening. Oh boy. Okay, that anti-wheelie has to be turned on a bit more. Let's do that. Okay, that's gonna be fun on the grass. Actually, it's surprisingly stable. When I tried the game for the first time, I kept falling with the MotoGP bike, but I tried a Ducati. Maybe this is a bit easier to handle. Oh yeah, this bike feels so heavy. And I guess because of the bigger engine power, but it's so likely to do a wheelie on every exit. I baited them into thinking that I'm going into the pits. I don't know what that RHD is. Like at the bottom right. I'm pressing that button and nothing happens when it's green, or can I? I don't know. When I pressed it, it turned yellow. Whatever that means. Okay, so this adaptive AI needs to chill. Like, if it's keeping up this pace, then getting points here is gonna be quite difficult. Oh wait, I just noticed we are doing a sprint race. Did I not turn that off? Or you can't? Yeah, I would imagine that you cannot turn it off. Okay, I got up some places on this lap, so... But wait, top 15, it doesn't even matter because it's a sprint. I think the top 9 are getting points or something like that. Okay, that's a bit of a big ask, if I'm honest. Even if I hit them out of the way. Okay, first fall on a MotoGP bike. That actually makes sense because I touched the grass. But so far it's surprisingly stable, but I'm not leaving the course, so that's good news. I expected it to be much worse. Yeah, still have to adjust to the bigger braking zones. Just when I was trying to get used to it on the Moto 2, it's even longer now. Okay, got myself ahead of my teammate. That's a W. Okay, found the invisible speed bump. Okay, not my cleanest move. Okay, karma, I guess. To be fair, not rewinding the initial incident, just this one. Okay, in the top 10, just not enough for the points, I believe.
As the riders return to the pits, let's take a look
Back
at...
win, AO. And this with Quartararo, that's interesting.
Good morning to all you... It's been a long weekend, but we...
Okay, so now the big race for Rio. Okay, let's see, they are gonna be bunched up very much so. But I was bit too early. I was trying to be safe. Okay, 8th place after the first sequence. That's a good start. Okay, that came out of nowhere. I guess I was doing a bit of a wheelie. And I was turning when I put it down, so yeah, that's understandable then. Okay, I'm going for the podium, at least for now. Not exactly keen, but the move is done. Wow. Okay, I didn't expect that, but I guess I was clipping the edge of the curb, so it makes sense. Okay, well, that's the lead at the end of the first lap. But they're usually like in the first two laps, especially in the first one, they are slower than after. So this is very much not done yet. So is that RHD for right fight or something? It makes sense, I guess. A very sketchy first part of that turn, but the rest of it was okay. Oh yeah, the rear wheel cut off the ground. The direction change, that was bad. I'm not sure if the adaptive AI means that it's adaptive during a race. It's quite sus how they are slower in the first lap or so. But I think if it is, then I could just take the first few laps very easy and not overtake them on purpose, so it's easier at the end. Because now I'm like taking the lead very early and then they're coming back to me. Also, it started raining, which is scary to say at least. I'm not sure how pit stops work in this game. I've never done it before. I mean, 3 laps to go. I might as well survive it on the dry tires. Yeah, so far I cannot feel much of a difference. Ooh, that was bad. I was a bit hesitant on the turning. Okay then, don't mind me. Yeah, Martin almost did the same as I did earlier, putting it on the curb a bit too much. Oh boy. That's far from ideal. Yeah, the AI must be changing difficulty because this lap is about to like 6 or 7 tenths slower than my last one. But I'm like 5 seconds behind the leader all of a sudden, so it's not that I was so much slower on this lap. Once again, they gifted me a bike, but I can only ride one at a time. Not my teammate. I mean, that's a whole new line to be crossed. White flag. Flag to flag. What is that though? Okay, so in American racing, white flag is the last lap. In non-American racing, as far as I'm concerned, it's a slow vehicle. But I cannot see any slow vehicles, and it's only the fourth lap out of 5. My only guess that, like, because of a time limit it's ending sooner, or because of the rain it's ending sooner, or something like that. Because it's permanently a white flag, but there's nothing out of the ordinary, to be honest. I'm not sure how I kept it on the bike. Thank you. Okay, it didn't end. But what do you mean flag to flag? I'm really confused. Okay, please let me at least score 1 point. All right. Yeah, that was a bit too tight. I admit that. Okay, maybe I can keep this 13th place. Yeah, 15th is nowhere to be seen. And the AI is not that great into the last turn, but still I think better than me. Yeah, it's gonna be too wide. Okay, he's not alongside. Yeah, okay. Good.
Let's take a look at the final classification of the MotoGP
He looks
race.
so weird in that Aprilia gear. Okay, Germany, interesting. Yeah, you cannot do anything with the sprint. He's still affected by the race length. Yeah, but the two races, yeah, they are permanently there.
Welcome back, we are live from the grid where everything is ready for...
Okay, it's a wet race once again, but now I have at least wet tires, so that's something. I haven't been here yet, actually in any game ever, so I'm just gonna take this sprint as a learning experience. Okay, no idea where to start braking there, but even earlier apparently. Oh, this is so wide. This turn, I couldn't really find where I'm going. Yeah, that was too early of an exit. Okay, I put up traction control to the max. I'm not sure why it wasn't on max by default if it's wet, but maybe it's not taking that into consideration. Yeah, this last turn is a bit of a challenge for me at the moment. Okay, back up to the points. And did he get a check limit violation because I pushed him down? That's crazy. Yeah, you really cannot put together this last sector. Wow, that was quick. Okay, last lap. I might get a point here or two. Okay, that was very sketchy. I did have a crash, but thankfully after rewinding that I didn't replicate it somehow. Okay, where are they? I think too far to make a move on me, thankfully. Okay, maybe not. Okay, now I didn't completely miss this turn. The exit wasn't the smoothest, but it's fine.
As the riders do their cool. Good morning from Gavin Emmett at the Saxon Ring. We're at one of the shots coming to us live from the grid where technicians.
I'm going to quit here and end the stream. I'm going to be back with another one very soon. So see you on that one.